Welcome to the Public Housing Portal training video on PHA's certified list. The Public Housing Portal provides an overview of 4 different types of PHA certified lists. The Small Rural PHA list is used to determine a PHA's eligibility to participate in the Small Rural Frozen Rolling Base Program, the SRFRB program. The Qualified PHA list is used to determine whether PHAs are exempt from submitting an annual plan. The Public Housing Assessment System, or PHA scores list, is used to determine what a PHA's annual plan and 5-year plan submission requirements are, according to the PHA designation category. The Section 8 Management Assessment Program, or CMAP scores list, is used to assess a PHA's performance in managing its Housing Choice Voucher program in 14 key areas. This score is used to help assess what a PHA's annual plan submission requirement is, according to the PHA designation. The portal generates information for the list according to assigned user roles. Contact your WAS coordinator with any questions or requests for role changes. Overview of the Small Rural PHA list. The Small Rural PHA list is used to determine a PHA's eligibility to participate in the SRFRB program. The following is the criteria for the SRFRB program. Administers 550 or fewer combined public housing units and vouchers under Section 8, and has a primary administrative building with a physical address in a rural area, or has more than 50% of its combined public housing units and voucher units under Section 8, located in rural areas. For further information on the SRFRB program, please navigate to the Energy tab and view the SRFRB training video and user guide. To review the PHA certified list of small rural PHAs, go to PHA Reports and Submissions in the left navigation menu. Open the PHA certified list drop-down menu. Select Small Rural PHAs. Select the calendar year and the PHA code using the drop-down menu. You can also click the PHA code column header to sort and filter the table. If your PHA does not appear on the list, it contains more than 550 total public housing units and/or is not rural and is not certified as a small rural PHA. Click on the PHA code column again and use the filter options to search for another PHA code. If your PHA does appear within this list, it is certified as a small rural PHA. You can check specific details of the small rural designation by referring to the PHA public housing units, PHA Section 8 units, PHA total units, small PHA flag, and rural county flag columns. The letter T in the small PHA flag and rural county flag columns indicates that these attributes are true for the PHA. A PHA must appear on this small rural PHA certified list to participate in the SRFRB program. This list is updated by REAC every year. If you notice any errors, contact your local field office for assistance. Overview of the Qualified PHA list. The Qualified PHA list is used to determine whether PHAs are exempt from submitting an annual plan. To be considered a Qualified PHA, the PHA must meet the following criteria: has a combined unit total of 550 or less public housing units and Section 8 vouchers, does not have a troubled PHA score during the prior 12 months, and does not have a failing score under the Section 8 Management Assessment Program, CMAP, during the prior 12 months. To review the PHA certified list of qualified PHAs, go to PHA Reports and Submissions in the left navigation menu. Open the PHA certified list drop-down menu. Select Qualified PHA list. The portal determines the qualified PHA list according to the fiscal year end and beginning, as well as the qualified list posting date. The specific fiscal year beginning date for your PHA can be found in the Extract Date column and is correlated to the fiscal year range seen in the chart. Please note that there may be 1 to 2 days variance from the posted extract date. Filter the list by the Extract Date column. Search for your PHA code using the search bar on the top left side, or click on the PHA code column and use the filter options to search for your PHA code. If your PHA does not appear on the list, it is not certified as a qualified PHA, and you must submit an annual plan. However, if your PHA does appear on the list, It is certified as a qualified PHA. You can review specific details of the qualified PHA designation by referring to the FOS designation, PHA total units, and qualified columns. The number 1 in the qualified column indicates that the PHA is designated as qualified. Overview of the FOS scores list. The Public Housing Assessment System, or FOS scores list, is used to determine what a PHA's annual plan and 5-year plan submission requirements are, according to its PHA designation category. The FOS score is a system that HUD uses to assess a PHA's performance in managing its low-rent public housing programs. Scores are generated for each development. Scores are weighted by how many units are in the development and then combined into the agency-wide score. The total score is used to determine the PHA's designation under FOS. Scores below 60 result in a trouble designation. Scores of 90 points or above result in a high performer designation. Scores below 90 but above 60 are designated as a standard performer. If your PHA scores below 60 in any one indicator, you'll be designated as a substandard performer. To review the PHA certified list of FOS scores, go to PHA Reports and Submissions in the left navigation menu. Open the PHA Certified Lists drop-down menu. Select FOS Scores. The portal will populate records for only the PHAs you have access to. Field offices will be able to see more information than PHAs. Rows highlighted in orange indicate troubled and capital fund troubled PHAs. Search for your PHA code using the search bar on the top left side, or click on the PHA code column and use the filter options to search for your PHA code. Review specific details of the PHA designation and score by referring to the FOS designation status, FOS assessment score value, and FOS rounded assessment score value columns in relation to the FOS max score value column. Be sure to review the FOS audit assessment score value and FOS audit rounded assessment score value columns in relation to the FOS max score value. If your PHA has a row with an assessment fiscal year that is not highlighted in orange, the PHA is not designated as troubled for that fiscal year. However, if your PHA has a row with an assessment fiscal year that is highlighted in orange, the PHA is designated as troubled for that fiscal year. CMAP scores, the Section 8 Management Assessment Program, or CMAP scores list, is used to determine whether a PHA is required to submit the Form HUD 52648. CMAP scores help HUD target monitoring and assistance to PHA programs that need the most improvement. CMAP scores measure the performance of the PHAs that administer the Housing Choice Voucher Program in 14 key areas. These areas include proper selection of applicants from the Housing Choice Voucher waiting list, sound determination of reasonable rent for each unit leased, establishment of payment standards within the required range of the HUD fair market rent, accurate verification of family income, timely annual re-examinations of family income, correct calculation of the tenant share of the rent and the housing assistance payment, maintenance of a current schedule of allowances for tenant utility costs, ensure units comply with the housing quality standards before families enter into leases and PHAs enter into housing assistance contracts, timely annual housing quality inspections, performing of quality control inspections to ensure housing quality, ensure that landlords and tenants promptly correct housing quality deficiencies, ensure that all available housing choice vouchers are used, expand housing choice outside areas of poverty and minority concentration, enroll families in the Family Self-Sufficiency FSS program as required and help FSS families achieve increases in employment income. CMAP uses HUD's National Database of Tenant Information and information from audits conducted annually by independent auditors. HUD will annually assign each PHA a rating on each of the 14 indicators and an overall performance rating of high, standard, or troubled. To review the PHA certified list of CMAP scores, go to PHA Reports and Submissions in the left navigation menu. Open the PHA Certified List drop-down menu. Select CMAP Scores. The portal will populate records for only the PHAs you have access to. Field offices will be able to see more information than PHAs. Search for your PHA code by clicking on the PHA code column and using the filter option to search for your PHA code. Review specific details of the CMAP designation and score by referring to the CMAP designation code and CMAP score value columns in relation to the CMAP maximum score point value column. If your PHA has a row with a PHA CMAP fiscal year end date row that is not highlighted in orange, the PHA CMAP is not designated as troubled for that fiscal year. However, if your PHA has a PHA CMAP fiscal year end date row that is highlighted in orange, the PHA CMAP is designated as troubled for that fiscal year. Thank you for watching this Public Housing Portal training video on PHA Certified List. Contact your local field office for questions about operating fund grants, calculating or understanding operating fund eligibility, or PIH regulations or notices. For questions regarding technical issues with using the Public Housing Portal, contact Public Housing Portal at HUD.gov.